This is Paranormal 956. My name is David. I am here with Bianca.
Hi, guys.
What are we talking about today, Bianca?
You were saying something about a lady and her daughter.
I lied.
I don't know, something about TSC.
It's about TSC, yes.
Right, okay.
And it is a lady and her son. You were close.
Oh.
I don't think genders were so defined back
Yeah.
then. Right.
You just a child, so I'm assuming daughter.
Because it's scarier? Is that why you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a boy. So it's not as creepy, maybe?
Still works.
I think boys are creepy too. I think they're both creepy. Oh, I turned the volume on. All right.
Okay.
So that didn't work.
Right.
All right. So the reason we're talking about this first is we both met and graduated from TSC. And while we were going to school, we talked about ghost stories a lot. It's a big part of our culture there at the school.
Right.
And everybody
It's not part of the degree, but...
It's not required.
Yeah.
But we've all heard ghost stories because TSC is an old military base from the Civil War and all this stuff. And a lot of people died there.
Understood.
Okay. So as long as we're on the same page, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this particular story is about a woman and a little boy. And they are seen where the bookstore is.
Right.
Across the street.
Are you going to put it on the screen?
It's across the street from that.
I see that.
Yeah. In between TSC and UTRGB.
Okay.
There is a road there. And people say they see a woman and a child.
They see child. They don't see son or daughter.
Well, that's true. However, the background story.
Okay.
I have the background story.
You got the facts.
I got the facts. This is 100% true.
Okay.
It has been tested. And it has been tried.
Confirmed. By the CDC?
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So the story is that there was a man who was living in Matamoros and he married a woman from Saltillo. And he heard about way back then, he was having trouble making ends meet. He got this lady pregnant, but he hadn't had the kid yet, but he's trying to get his life together. He's kind of a little bit of a immature, I guess is the word.
Okay.
Right? Likes the drinking, likes the sex, likes stuff like that.
Living life.
Right. I mean, who doesn't?
Right.
And so he hears about this opportunity from his brother where they're going to take cattle from Brownsville, going to another country for him, right? Because he's from Matamoros. From Brownsville all the way up to the north, like Dodge City, I think is where it's at. And so back then there was a Chisholm Trail. Okay. Chisholm Trail ends up right by the parking lot.
I'm pretty sure back then cattle was pretty expensive.
It was, and this was not an easy trail either, right? Okay. And so they were going to pay him a lot of money. And so he does it.
Right.
And he makes
Who wouldn't?
Right. And he leaves his wife behind, pregnant.
Okay.
And she has a little boy. Right?
Okay.
The man's name is Fernando Leal. Right? Mm-hmm. And the woman's name is Raquel.
Leal?
Yes. And then they have a son, and his name is Rubén. Guess what his last name is?
No way.
It's Leal too.
Swear.
It's Leal too.
Bible.
I couldn't make this up. The coincidence.
That's just crazy.
This isn't the worst part, but
even drop the mic.
It's true.
Wow.
So he's getting paid $50 a month, which is way back when $50 a month was a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So I thought you were going to say hourly. I was like, give me that job.
Yeah, no. Okay, it was a month.
Yeah.
Wages are still close to that. Right. Right. So anyway,
Anyways.
So he makes it to Dodge City and he gets his check, and it's a lot of money. The fun thing about Dodge City back then is it's full of bars and brothels.
Ooh.
And like I said.
But if it's a lot of money,
yeah,
he should have something left.
You would think so.
You would think so. I'm sorry. Let me just.
But these are like modern woman over here.
Okay.
But these are like endless buffets worth of brothels and bars over here.
Okay.
So he blows through his money, right? Almost all of it. He's got a little bit left.
Like how much? Like $2, $3?
Very little left. So he gets into a gambling to try to win it back. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Wait. So he wins a fortune.
What?
He wins a lot of money. And he's all excited, right?
Right.
He's going to come back to Brownsville, see his wife. They're going to be happy. On his way out of town, he sees they just opened up a new brothel and a new bar.
He buys it.
He blows his money.
What?
Yeah. So now he's stuck over here in Dodge City and has to get like a regular job just to make ends meet. Meanwhile,
there was no more cattle?
Well, he's got to go back to Brownsville to get the cattle to bring it over here. Right? That's right. It's a one-way thing, right? So now he's got to make money just to get back home. Mm-hmm. He's really screwed the pooch, as they say in Whitetown, right? And so years go by. And he's scraping and scrimping and saving and trying to make ends meet to get enough money to go back to Brownsville. While this is happening, his wife has the baby by herself, Rubén, and they get sick. They get yellow fever. And so where Gorgas Hall is in TSC,
right,
used to be a yellow fever hospital.
Only for yellow fever?
Yes. It was like the coronavirus of the day.
Oh, okay.
Like everybody was having it. It was super bad. People are dying. It was really bad. Fun fact, yellow fever was cured in Brownsville at Gorgas Hall.
There you go, guys. That's a story for today.
Way back then. We're not done. Oh. There's more. Okay, there's more. You're paying the same price. Don't worry.
Okay.
Same price. But there's more to the story.
Okay.
So they end up going to Brownsville, right? The Raquel and Rubén Leal. They go across and they're getting treated. But at the time, they hadn't cured yellow fever yet, right?
Okay.
So they end up dying to death.
By yellow fever,
right? There's no telephones. There's no cell phones. These are not modern people. So he doesn't have any way of knowing this, right? So he finally makes enough money to come back to Brownsville.
Right.
And he shows up to Matamoros. They say, your wife and your kid went to Brownsville. They're over there. They got sick. They went to the hospital. And so he goes over there. And he sees a little boy that looks exactly like him running in Gorgas Hall. And he follows him.
Which was the hospital, right? It wasn't.
Which was the hospital.
Okay, it wasn't Gorgas Hall. You got to be specific.
Right. The president was not there at the time.
Right.
Right. No classes.
No students.
None of that was going on.
No.
So they follow him back to where I told you, by the bookstore. What the hell? Anyway. And so he starts asking around.
Right.
Like, where's my wife? And they go, oh, yeah, we saw her. They vaguely remember what he's talking about.
But they kind of know.
Yeah, but they like can't put the face, and it's like, sounds familiar. You know. Leal, right.
Would have been like Leal.
Right. And so he finds out that they've died.
Right.
And he's heartbroken.
Of course.
So he gets his money and he goes to the brothel. I don't know if that part's true. I made that part up.
But I'm pretty sure he did.
But he might have. We can't rule it out.
Right.
Right. So fast forward to today. And now people see sometimes when you're walking at night. And I go there at night a lot. I haven't seen this personally. But other people have said that over there, between TSC and UTRGV, that they see the lady on the steps, like where the patio is, and a little kid playing in the street.
Can you show a picture?
It's like that.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
And so.
Together.
Yes. And so some people, and I know people that work at TSC, right?
Right.
And they say there is a girl there too. I don't know who this girl is, but maybe we'll get into that later.
Yellow fever?
It's probably some version of fever. I don't know what color of fever, but it's probably one of them. And it's probably not a good fever. It's probably not one of the good ones. You know what I mean? And so anyway, had you heard anything about that? Do you know any Leals?
Nope. I mean, I do know some people with the last name Leal.
And are they kind of see-through?
Can't confirm, but can't deny.
Yeah. It's tough.
It is.
It's tough.
So who has seen this? Well, here's the thing. How do they know that it's Raquel Leal that shows up with her kid?
I can only assume that they carded her.
Right.
Or she talks. Or maybe
She's
everybody.
like Raquel Leal was here.
She probably graffitis.
Yeah.
Things. I would assume.
I mean, that's the only way we would know.
Right. There's no other way.
No.
Except.
I mean, unless we get a sidekick and confirm it.
Well, there is one other way. I know the story. And so maybe other people know the story. And they're like, you know what? This matches up. This lady and the kid. Because, I mean, for real, like in Brownsville, a lady with a little kid, how common is that?
Very common. Single?
Huh?
For sure. Common.
What?
Single?
Okay, so maybe that story doesn't make sense. But I'm sure other people...
I mean, I can't say single because the dude was coming back.
She was married, but
single.
So a woman with a deadbeat husband isn't very common in Brownsville.
Right.
I mean, men are pretty...
Yeah, most of them are just baby daddies. They don't get to marriage. Right.
That's a good point. So maybe that story doesn't check out either. So I'm pretty sure she introduces herself when she's there or something like that. I'm pretty sure people wouldn't just make this stuff up.
No, they wouldn't.
It's too serious.
Because how would they know that the kid name is Rubén?
It's true. Except if they read the story that I read, maybe they knew that.
Right. Because you read facts.
I only read facts. And facts that are checked and then double checked.
Right.
That's it. That's all I read.
It adds up.
Yeah. So what do you think of the quality of that ghost story to start off our first episode? Did you think that was a good story?
It is.
With a question mark at the end?
Yeah.
It's it was good. But I mean, that's where we went to school.
That's where we start off.
That's where we start.
That's the most common ghost story around TSC.
So there is other ghost stories. We'll get into those later. But that's
a yellow fever, guys.
That's how it is. Some of these stories.
Brownsville cured it. Brownsville itself.
This is the thing. This story doesn't scare me that much.
No.
Because the lady seems nice.
She hasn't done anything.
She didn't do anything to nobody.
Or the kid.
Right. I mean, the kid seems a little bit annoying. Like he's constantly playing. And at night, like people are probably trying to sleep. But I think it's a good story.
It is.
Not that bad. Maybe I didn't tell it the best.
No, it's just a story.
Well, I appreciate you coming to my defense so quickly.
It's the story. It's a weak story.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully our episodes get better.
I mean, it was just a fever. Could happen to anyone. Not the yellow fever, but a fever.
So let me ask you this. Are you looking forward to more murders in our episodes? Is that what
you want?
You want cults? Because our
sacrifices.
Next episode, we're going to be digging into cults.
Yeah.
You excited about that?
Yeah, I really am. That's why I'm just trying to skip this one.
Orale, trying to skip it. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. Wish it would have been a little bit better story, but it is what it is, right? We didn't make this stuff up.
We got to start somewhere.
We can't make the stories good if they're not good.
No.
They're just the stories.
It's Brownsville, it's TSE.
Yeah.
What can we say?
Yeah. We want to thank Richard for being our cameraman, helping out on the show. And I will see you soon, Bianca, because we have an episode coming right back.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm listening forward to it.
Listening forward to it. And did you notice?
I did.
All of the stuff.
The details and everything.
Hopefully those graphics work out. Until next time, people.
All right,
this
guys,
is Paranormal 956. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, probably TikTok.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And
Cash App. That's all.
Oh, yeah. We're going to leave our Cash App or your Cash App.
Yeah, for sure.
In the comments. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.